welcome to the panel session. I really apologize that we started late. Our speaker was on fire. I don't know how I want to stop him, even me. But yeah, it's been an amazing session so far. So guys, we're going to start the panel session real quick, and we have our three panelists here. We have Winnifred, branded by Winnie. We have Janet Omar, the Stallion VA, and we have Abisola, spirituality by Beyond Religion. My wife, which is my friend. Abisola is my friend. Everybody here is my friend. Everybody here, but I and Abisola as well, like you said, like I've told you guys before, we met online and we've been friends since, was it 2020 also? We've known, so but I've never seen her before. So networking is a very key thing. And also Winnifred and Oma also met online. They were my clients, and then from there we just started talking and we kind of build that connection. So I've never met them before. I don't know where they stay. Everything started online and we are here today. You get so yes, it's good to have you guys here. So I'm going to give you guys one minute each to introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us what you do, and then we'll kickstart the session. So let's start with Abisola, then we'll go with Omar, and then Winnie will third.
Hi everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. So my name is Abisola, and I started Spirituality Beyond Religion. What else? I think I'm a food technologist by profession, statistician by job, basically, and I run Spirituality Beyond Religion for those searching for something that is divine but beyond religion, basically.
Okay, good to have you here. Omar.
Hello, I am Janet Omar, the Stallion VA. I am your time management ninja. I support busy entrepreneurs, alleviate the burden of repetitive admin tasks, social media management, content creation, community management, and others by streamlining their productivity.
Wow, amazing. Omar. Oshe. Good to have you here. Winnifred, let's meet you, please.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, so loud and clear.
We can.
Okay, so my name is Winnifred. I go by Branded by Winnie, and I'm a brand identity designer for food and beverage brands. Anything related to graphic design for just food and beverage brands, that is where you see me come in. And I'm also a midwife by profession, like as a 9-5, I'm a midwife. Yes.
Wow, good to have you here. Good to have you guys here. I'm so excited. So let's kickstart into the session. The session today is navigating industry's choices, communicating value, and creating safe spaces. So what everybody is doing here is kind of Abisola, what she's doing is a very unique thing and sensitive thing that she's doing. So we'd like to know how you've been able to navigate that. Same as Omar, have you been able to do your tech stuff? And it also has to do something sensitivity, working with important and sensitive information of people, and also same as Winnifred here. So we're going to kickstart the session and we'll start with Winnifred. All right, so Winnifred, as a brand identity designer, specialized in food and beverage brands, what led you to choose this particular niche? Did you feel a natural inclination towards food and beverage vendors, or were there specific reasons that drove you to go down this path?
So actually, in the beginning, I started as a general graphic designer, brand identity designer. But as time went on, all the other brands I worked with in different niches, it felt like I couldn't express myself naturally or connect with their brand naturally or easily. It didn't come to me naturally like the way it came to me naturally when I was working with the food or beverage brands. So that's why I decided to switch. But at first I started generalized to now divert to the brand and then.
Oh, wow. That's really amazing. So basically you were doing general graphics and you felt like, I'm not connecting to these people. Let me leave them, and focus on where I'm connecting.
And I can get me see Shaggy.
It happened to me too when I was running ads. I was running ads for everybody. But over time, I noticed that more product businesses are not my thing. So I had to also leave them and focus on only creators. And I've been doing that since then. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Let me call it revelation now. Thank you so much for that revelation. I will appreciate it. All right, Janet, over to you. As a virtual assistant, which is time management ninja that you are, how do you effectively communicate the value you bring to the table to your clients? What strategies do you employ to showcase your skills, capabilities, and the benefit of working as a virtual assistant?
Okay, so one of the wonderful privileges of working as a virtual assistant is that you get to meet a lot of different people from different kind of professions. I work with nutritionists, I work with travel bloggers. Like you meet a lot of people. But when it comes to giving value as a virtual assistant, you need to be very time conscious. Time management is like one of your biggest values, and also trust,
Yeah.
establishing credibility. um I would say trust has to be one of the most highest value in your business. Why? Because trust is the foundation of building strong and lasting relationships. So initially, when I started, I needed some sort of clarity. I think that it was at that point I met you. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
always clear in the beginning, but there are a lot of trial and error. Like I was working in marketing, and suddenly I was now a virtual assistant. What do I want to do? What kind of clients do I want to work with? Initially, you need some sort of clarity to position yourself properly. And one of the best things about positioning yourself properly is that you get to you get your clients to come to you instead of running after them. And how do you
Yeah.
get your client to talk to you if you don't talk about your offer? If you don't put yourself out there on social media, how would you if you don't promote yourself, your services in the right places? So if you're on social media too, you need to give value. So when you connect with others, network with others, generally all these things help in building your credibility, building your reputation. So clients will want to work with you if they ask, oh my God, this lady has already established herself as an authority in her own lane. I want to work with this kind of person. So stuff like that.
Wow, amazing. Thank you very much for that insight. So basically, it's all about positioning and also creating an atmosphere where people to trust you, because I believe working having somebody as a virtual assistant, that person will have access to all
A
your
lot of
things,
information,
So a
yes.
lot, exactly. So you need to create that atmosphere where when people feel like they can trust you and be able to work with you. Thank you very much, James, for that. So Abisola, as a spiritual life coach and healer who believes spirituality goes beyond religion, what resistance have you encountered while pursuing this path? How have you navigated these challenges and maintained your authenticity in a diverse and sometimes skeptical world?
I think the most important challenge, I think, like the greatest one, has been people's reservations about people's attachments to religion, basically, especially in this part of the world where people are so attached to their religion, even if it's not working for them, they find it really difficult to come out of it. And what else? I think people's hypocritical thinking, mostly Nigerians, where they feel one way or they think one way and then they act differently or just want to follow the crowd. And I think the only thing I've done or been able to do to resist that is to just stay true to what I believe in, and still finding, when I do know that I'm still finding one or two persons that needs my service, that just gives me the assurance that there are still more people out there, and the only thing I just have to do is to just find them. So regardless of, the resistance of people, or regardless of what they think about it, or regardless of their attachment to their religion, I'm still needed, basically.
Yeah, true. Okay, so basically, it's all about you being true to yourself and showing up for the people who really understand what you're doing and see the value in what you provide. So definitely, there will be skepticism when it comes anything about spirituality, religion. People
Mm-hmm.
have different opinions. Even it's almost similar to politics. People will be doing different things when it comes to politics. They'll be saying one thing, they'll be doing another thing when it comes to politics. And that's what religion is also about too. People will say, don't do this. So when I then do and pass.
Yeah,
So I agree to staying true to yourself and attracting your tribe, not trying to cut through corners, pretending to be what you are not, and then you now attract the wrong people who will just be following you to chase clouds, you know. So yeah, I really like that. Thank you very much for that insight. So Winifred, back to you. You know, many food and beverage vendors prioritize videos over flyers as a marketing tool. Do you offer video related services as part of your brand identity services? Also, what unique role and impact do you provide these brands that make them choose you over other brand identity designers in the market? So, two questions in one. Do you provide video services aside just
Okay,
flyer the
so
designer? Yeah.
okay, so to the first question, yes, I offer video services as an inclusive service to the food and beverage brands. I add it, but some of them, mostly so far, all those I've worked with, they haven't really been interested in using video content. So I haven't actually sat down and done a video for a food or beverage brand as a service included in the brand identity package. But I do have it as a single service that other people come to patronize. But for the food and brand business owners, they tell me that they don't feel like their foods and their products are attractive enough to be used for the video. So they normally opt out of that and then opt in for the flyers.
Oh,
And
so
then for the second question, can you repeat that one?
What unique role and impact do you provide these brands that make them choose you over other brand identity designers in the market?
Okay, so I have a streamlined process. I have a process whereby when a brand comes to me, I have to screen you and make sure that we are a good fit for each other. I don't just take the job because you are coming to patronize me as a graphic designer. I have to make sure that the values that you are bringing for me to develop into your brand matches with my kind of values. So even though everybody, like those who come to me, all of them might be food and brand business owners, but I don't work with all of them if their values are not in line with mine. So that is one way to put it. And then another way to put it is that I make sure that they are satisfied with the services I provide for them. No matter how long it takes, I make sure that they are satisfied. And I do that by communicating every little thing I am doing. I don't take the job and then I ghost them in the middle of the project. Or like I tell them that, oh, you have to expect it in 5 to 10 days time. And then I wouldn't communicate with you until the 5th or 10th day. I don't do that. So I have to like take you through the step. I'll be like, oh, this is where I am currently. This is how it's going currently. So in doing that, I build trust with them. So when I build that trust and I communicate with them, then I begin to offer value through that. And then I don't, how do I even put it? Most people also come with works that have already been done and they are like, I want you to do it this way for me. Copy this person's style.
So while we're waiting for her to get back, let's move on to Janet. So Janet, have you encountered any resistance from clients based on the trust factor? Considering that your role involves gaining access to personal information and managing various aspects of their business remotely. If yes, how do you address these concerns and convince clients to trust not only your work, but also the confidentiality of their information?
Okay, I'll take the first question first. Yes, I've encountered some resistance with some clients. I mean, some clients, if they just hear you're even Nigerian, they'll just they don't want to work with you at all. They already have that fear. But there are also some clients who love working with Nigerians, not African clients, Igbo people. So there are some of them that enjoy working with us. I even like some of them even gave me video testimonials after working with me. They enjoyed it. In fact, my first client, I'm still with her till today. We're working together. You know,
Wow.
so all those testimonials also help when I'm applying for another job or another client wants to work with me and they see that, oh, there are people that actually say they worked with me and I've been very professional. Some clients want you to sign an NDA, non-disclosure, So if you want that, we can do that. I tell them I'm open to signing an NDA. And then nowadays, thank God for technology, there are lots of tools. You don't even need to share your password. You can use LastPass, One Password, and other tools like that. So I can work on your email even without you sharing your password with me. You just need to grant me an access to that. So
Wow.
aside that, to like I said earlier on, giving value. When a client first contacts me, I don't just, okay, let's just get right to it. I try to understand my client's needs. After our discovery call, I send you a questionnaire. You're going to fill the questionnaire. In that questionnaire, you're going to tell me your challenges, your goals, requirements, some other things we didn't get to discuss during our discovery call. Also, I continue to develop myself. When you invest in expanding your knowledge, there's how you carry yourself, personal branding and all these things. It matters. You cannot just say,
Yeah.
oh, you're a professional virtual assistant. You are just, there's nothing that sets you apart from your competitors. You are just there. Some clients won't even trust you if they don't see testimonials. If you don't have testimonials, fine. They cannot find sufficient information about you from maybe social media like Facebook, Instagram, and the rest of them. They won't trust you. Also, I like to pay attention to details and I like to exceed my clients' expectation. In fact, that's why I said I'm the time management ninja. All my clients, they know if you say deliver this thing, I need this thing by Friday, by tomorrow. I'll say, okay, yes, I'll deliver it by Friday, but by tomorrow I should be done with it. I also prioritize effective communication. When you're my client, I like to ask you, what's your favorite way to communicate with me? Email, Slack, what should we use a project management tool? You understand? But if you don't know how to use all this system, you cannot present yourself in such a manner. If you don't know how to use Trello, Asana, and the rest of them, how do you if a client is saying, okay, I want to use Trello, even if you don't know how to use it, you can say, okay, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. So if you develop yourself, you'll be able to come across as very professional and trustworthy to your client. But when you are just there's nothing that you'd not invest in personal branding, you'd not develop yourself. How do you want your clients to trust you? You don't have testimonials, you're just starting. Even if it's you, let's say you want to buy a wristwatch now. You come to my Instagram page, I'm a wristwatch vendor, and then you contacted me. Okay, yes, you saw a few things on my page, but my page, no branding, no any information. And the last time I posted was like 4 months back or 6 months back.
I won't buy, honestly.
Exactly, you'll be skeptical because there's no sufficient information about me to prove that you can even trust me. That's when you start asking, do you do payment on delivery? Stuff like that. So,
All right, so
so
thank you for that
things like
feedback. But a very good question. What if I have developed myself and I've built my personal brand, yeah? But I don't really have testimony. Maybe I've not really worked with somebody before. How can I skip the testimonial? But what can I use to cover the part of that testimonial, to be
Very
to
good question. When you're looking for, when people complain, oh, I don't have clients. Who exactly are your clients? Have you identified your target audience? Who are you actually targeting? Who do you want to sell to? Who need your services? You cannot say, okay, let's assume you want to work with nutritionists or let's say doctors, and then you're going to platforms that you can't find them. You have to look for where they hang out. Where are these people? You look for where they are, and then where you can find them, where you can network with them. Let's say your target audience is solopreneurs, female solopreneurs. You look for groups on Facebook and the rest. You won't look for groups where your own people that are looking for jobs like you are too much. Let's okay, they post some jobs there. That one is okay. You can find some jobs there. But you look for where your target audience are. When you look for where they are, you'll be able to pitch to them and with time and network. For God's sake, is social media. Don't just sit and say our clients are not coming. You are posting content, you are interacting, relate with people in your own needs. Check what is it are they doing, what is it your content, what do you need to audit yourself. So if that helps very much. If you're networking, almost give yourself small time. You will definitely meet somebody either on Instagram, on some of those specialized groups or places where your target audience hangs out.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you very much for that feedback. So basically, if you've never had any testimonials before, go and look for, there are places where they're actually looking for you. You can look for those forums and
Yes.
platforms to get your first clients, you know, and even get better testers too. In addition to what she has said, everything she has said, you can get better testers that you work with, and maybe for in exchange for
Exchange
testimonials, you know,
project.
look for internships, look for somebody to work with, even if it's free or for a stipend or anything, to be able to get feedback.
Yes.
Thank you
Build
very
your
much for that.
portfolio.
Yeah, your portfolio, to build your portfolio. She's trying to say that. Yeah. So also then you start building your portfolio as you begin to work with people over and over. Thank you very much, Janet, for that amazing feedback. Abisola, we are back to you now. So given the sentimental nature of spirituality, how have you been able to create a safe space for your audience and community to feel non-judged and unbiased in their decision when it comes to embracing their spiritual journey and working with you?
I think most importantly, I'm first vulnerable with them. Vulnerability is like the key to getting people to trust you and to be comfortable around you or be able to express themselves. So I tend to be vulnerable with them and most times tell my story because I have been there before. So I do understand what it is they're going through or what they are not going through. And I mostly try not to share. I'm not the testimonial person. I know every other business in quotes brand
Yeah.
is about testimonials and all. But for my brand, it's not the testimonies. Mostly, it's just how vulnerable I can be or how connected you are to me to trust me on that journey. So I necessarily do not share people's testimonies so that others don't feel like I'm going to share that to with or without it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I try to reserve that and also try to I don't push too much to say comment to the comment section, or I'm not interested in your comments on my section. My DM is always open. We can talk privately and it will end there because it's private. Spiritual journey is personal and private.
Yeah.
It's not for
Wow.
the media shenanigans or the social media, it's just the journey. My job there is just to show you that I'm here, but and you're safe. It's a safe
Wow,
space.
thank you very much. So, because of the sensitivity of what you do, you've created a safe space by first being vulnerable, letting them understand that I'm in your shoes, I've been there. So
Yeah.
you coming to me, you're coming to someone who understands you. And the second, you make them understand that, oh, when you share your journey with me, I'm not coming to broadcast it out. I'm not coming to say, oh, this
Yeah.
is what happened. Whatever happened, what they say, whatever happened in Vegas stays in Vegas,
Absolutely.
And that's it, And then finally, you're not about engagement because of how sensitive this is. You
Mm-hmm.
are more concerned about come to my DM, let's talk in the DM. It's not about saying things because there are some spiritual things I may not want to say on a best because I'm doing marketing and sales. I can share reviews, all those things are
Yeah.
just things I can easily share. Even Janet can share her stuff. Oh, I work with this client and this happened. But somebody that comes to share something very spiritual and say, oh, this thing, maybe I have a family witch that is following me, for example.
Mm,
So you not come and share it and say, oh, I had this one and now I'm delivered. It's very, very sensitive,
Yes, it is.
and they feel somehow people just feel
people still
weird
have
about.
resistance.
Uncomfortable.
Yes, they
Yes.
have that reservation. And because of how you've understood the sensitivity and how you understood your business, because you understood your business, you understood your audience, and this is what you're doing. So now that you don't share testimonials, right? I know you
Yeah.
don't, I know a lot of businesses share testimonials. So you don't share testimonials at all. Like you don't share feedback, oh, it has worked. Because aside just sharing your story, being vulnerable, some people will still feel
Mm-hmm.
like, is it really working for people?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have that resistance where sometimes when people come to you and say, hey, will it really, really work for me? So when they have those resistance, how do you deal with that?
Because spirituality is not a one size fits all, or um, my target audience is not really a one size fits all. People just have different needs when it comes to spiritual journey, and we just have different journeys. Basically, we just have it's peculiar to individuals. So you cannot even be asking me if it has worked for somebody before, because I mean you're just you. You're only being in the world. It's just you. There's no two Bisola in this world that's like me. Neither is there two you. So as much as yes, somebody might have the same experience as you, you both might need different approach or different that has to do with your background, your exposure, you're ready to let go, what you're ready to hold on to, because it's just really peculiar and individual. So most times people in that shoes, my target audience are not even interested in is somebody, maybe they're just interested in, do you understand this, are you empathetic enough, do you feel what I feel, have you been there before? Just need only you to just say, yeah, just complete their statement. They're like, yeah, I have experienced this. Yeah, I am tired of Christianity. Or yeah, I have been where I was doubting the Bible. They just need that reassurance. They're not mostly interested in this person have experienced or what that person has experienced, because it can be really peculiar and different in a way. From my experience working with different people, they just have different stories. It is always different. It's not one size fits all.
Wow, amazing. I think now I can finally say that not every business needs testimonials. So there are peculiar businesses that don't need testimonials. And spirituality, I would say, is one of them, right? And I think intimacy is another sensitive niche as well. Intimacy is also another sensitive niche. I cannot say I have sex with my husband, all those kind of things. Like, oh, in the room, I did this, I did that. I'm not going to share. I'm not doing the video. I'm telling you, please. I don't need all those details. But then I think spirituality is more restricted than even intimacy. Intimacy, some people don't care. They can share. But that's spirituality. Me, I don't want to share some kind of things. My spiritual journey. Even, coming to you self, I'm able to feel like I made this person not go tell another person. Only you say that we even test.
Yes.
Not of all sharing it, because people can be very, very opinionated. Just when they agree and say, I'm going to this kind of thing. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for that insight. It's my God, I've learned a lot from this conversation that we've had so much. That we've had so far. Janet, Winnie, Abisola, you guys have been so amazing. So before we go, does anybody has any question for the panelists? Maybe you have a specific question tailored to a specific panelist. You can go ahead and ask. And so this should also tell you guys, you need to, from everything we've said so far, everybody's saying, you need to understand your market, understand the people you are serving, understand the kind of business you are building. That's the way you'll be able to efficiently deliver to your audience and also build that brand. You need to really understand your business. Abisola has been able to understand her business, and she knows this is what works, and that's what she's doing. You can take marketing courses, take trainings, hear from different people, but it still takes you to sit down and understand your business to be able to know how it runs. So take idea from people and put your own sense. The same thing as Winnie. Winnifred has tested everybody. You say, oh, not be here. This is why it's not for me. Winnifred, this is not for me. Let me first where consign me, and she was able to tailor down and stuff. I said, okay. Imagine somebody saying, I'm a brand identity designer for only food and beverages. You might be wondering, do you used to get clients? Like, let me even ask you, do you used to get clients? Let me ask Winnifred, like, you used to get clients by just tailoring down like that?
Yes. In fact, I've even made more than I've ever made while working in the general side.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You see?
I've made much more than the general side.
You guys see, okay, let me leave it there. And let's look at Janet. She understood her audience, understood that what I'm doing is very peculiar, the peculiarity of her role as a VA, as virtual assistant. And she's been able to position herself to be able to, remove those resistance and work. For her, testimonial is the go-to thing. Feedback, and also Winnie, showing work of what you've done for other people before, showing their reviews, their feedback, and their testimonial. Like, they're the big things for them to be able to bring more people in. But for Abisola, it's different. But I imagine Abisola say, share testimony, she's not going to start sharing testimonial. People will be running on black. So I go share it to finish and post it on your page. And people know you don't add them, I will still feel attacked.
Yes.
I will still feel like this person is not trusted. He's not to be trusted. She can go and share me tomorrow now. So there's this story real quick. Let me share this story. There's a coach. I don't know if you guys know her. She's this American coach, Donnie. So she shared something. She said she signed up for a therapy session with a therapist. And then they started working together. I think in 2 weeks of the working, the therapist now went to go and post that, oh, Donnie is my client. And but it's something that she wants to be exposed. She immediately terminated she immediately terminated the contract. And like, oh, I'm not
Contract.
working with you again, because for you to go and share that I'm your client, you can go and share important information that you're not supposed to share. Now, this coach that I'm talking about is a marketing coach, right? So that's why you need to understand the sense. Because, for example, maybe she does not want, when they say somebody is going for therapy, there are a lot of ideas and misconception that comes around. They say, either she's having mental breakdown, is she having depression, why is she going for therapy? You're not going to post it when she's not even done. If she was even done with the entire thing before you even posted, maybe according to her, that was her argument. That if she was even done with the entire therapy, she would have even be happy. But we are in the process of it, and then you're posting it and undergoing therapy. What if I don't want people to know yet that I'm doing therapy? And I think that also another thing, that even if you want to share testimonial, let your testimonials be right first.
Exactly.
I don't just share if I'm working with people, right? If you notice all the people I've worked with, I don't just work with you today and then the next day I share testimonials. The only time I can share testimonial if you say, oh, maybe just to share how the session went. But I used to give people time. Winnie here has worked with me. Everybody here, we've worked together. You will know that before I share testimonial, it takes time, maybe weeks, sometimes months, before I will come and ask for feedback and say, how is it going? What's up? And, before I will even share it. Not like we're working on the thing, we are not even done, though. I don't going to be sharing testimonial. Hey, look at my car. Oh, guys, you have to calm down. In as much as you want to share testimonials, you also have to use emotional intelligence. You have to also apply wisdom, because you're dealing with humans here. Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody. This session has been, I've learned a lot. That's been really amazing. So before we go, what final words will you guys have? So we're going to go around. We'll start with Winnie now. Then it's go to Abisola, then Omar. So Winnifred, so if you're going to advise creators who are watching, service providers who are watching, what is the final advice you would like to give to them?
It's a lot, but let me just narrow it down to two major. So first of all, you should have a God factor in your business. Whoever you worship, whichever supernatural being you worship, you should make sure that he or it is involved in your business. And secondly, you should learn to have systems in place. Systems will streamline your whole process. It would reduce your back and forth with your clients, and it will help you improve a lot of aspects about your business. Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much for that feedback. And we already learned about systems and structures today. So, guys, I will share the slide in the Telegram community, so you can also go through the slides again and understand that. Thank you very much. Bisola, so what is the final thing you'd like to share first for people who are on a spiritual journey, and then secondly for entrepreneurs and businesses and creators who are trying to build their businesses?
For people on a spiritual journey, I would want them to know that they are not alone. There are other people that feel exactly or almost exactly the same way they feel, and there's always a way. And also to always trust their instinct, not, use the physical knowledge, basically. Tune in more into yourself and just create your own path. And for people who are listening, business-wise, is to just understand your brand, understand your audience, and stick to it. There would be a lot of noise here and there. I mean, personally, I've taken a lot of courses, business courses, just name it. But I did realize at the end of the day, it is not what it cannot work for me. Most of them cannot work for me. Most of them, I take the knowledge, I take the wisdom, I use it, it's useful, but sometimes it doesn't work. So it's just to understand your own brand and just stick to what works for you. Test the waters, and also stick to it.
Wow, thank you very much for that feedback, Abisola. So Omar, over to you. What advice do you have for upcoming VAs, and also secondly, what advice do you have generally for creators, entrepreneurs, and business owners?
So I would like to say for upcoming VAs, continue developing yourself, learn more tools, learn more systems, talk about your offer, position yourself, set yourself up for success. And then for entrepreneurs, I would like to say, and freelancers, I'll say they should learn to continue giving value, basically. Continue giving value, develop yourself. All these things are stuff that in the next how many years you're going to be very proud of where you are. Initially, it's not easy. Sometimes you need clarity. If you need to get a mentor, like there are a lot of people online, you can just talk to somebody, network. All these things can help you greatly. Like my first client, I met her in a comment section. I replied to
Wow.
somebody's comment and she replied to me. And I couldn't even believe how much she was going to pay me. She recommended me to two other clients, and those two other clients recommended me to another person. So you see, develop yourself, talk about your offer, and just continue.
Wow, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you so much for that advice. Okay, so we've come to the end of the panel session. Thank you, Winnifred. Thank you, Omar, Jeanette. Thank you, Abisola. I really enjoyed myself today. I learned a lot. I enjoyed these conversations a lot during the conference because we get to, it's unscripted. I'm asking you questions you don't expect. You'll be like, where the Lord come with from all these questions? Yeah, just to really understand what you do. I could have just made it scripted, but then it will not be genuine. I will not say it will not be genuine, but you try so hard to want to to put the answers in a box, and that's why I intentionally made the panel session unscripted so that people can hear from each and every one of you entrepreneurs like themselves that are making waves in different industries. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming to the panel session today. Thank you so much, and we have come to the end of the panel. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for
Everybody,
having me.
thank our panelists. Thank our panelists though before they go. Thank our panelists. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Omar. Thank you. Have a good night rest. Bye.